Alright, welcome back everyone. It has been a while since I have continued coverage on this great game, monumentous game. I am not doing it justice at all. I deeply apologize for any fans out there of the game like me, because I should be doing better. I got sidetracked. There's a lot of games coming out. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna get sidetracked again. Code Vein 2 is coming out. I'm putting coverage on that game too. But I promise I will finish this definitely before Manly Mouse Dan finishes the sequel, Vampire Syndicate. So, but continuing where we last left off, from what I remember, we just finished the blockade, clearing the blockade, the mercantile blockade, for St. Gorfu. Now we can proceed with business for our brothel. I did update sprites in the meantime. One of my many bad habits. A couple things got updated. Changed my character sprite, world sprite, and the portrait sprite, and the background image. I can show you guys how to change the background image later. We haven't actually unlocked it yet. I did some behind the scenes stuff to do that, but in case anybody was wondering. Also, and again, another disclaimer: your game will not look like mine's off the base. Base game will not look anything like mine's. I am just nitpicky where I add my own personal touches and stuff. I don't do this so I can steal people's games and resell them. Nah, I just like to have my own flair. It boosts my immersion. Anyways, enough jibber jabber. I'm also playing on different keyboards, so I will misclick buttons all the time. I do apologize. That shit is annoying me as well. Oof, Diana. Diana was definitely bad in one of my playthroughs. Aren't you going to name it? What shall we name it this time? This is like my fifth, sixth playthrough of this game. I've been playing this game since maybe 6 months or a year when it went into early access. I've played this game a lot. I have a lot of playthroughs. I try to get creative with the names, but I'm just, my mind's going blank. I can't think of what I'm gonna name it this time. I'm not trying to speak over the dialogue in case people are wondering or reading. Alright, now what shall we name it? Well, if I can misspell the shit. Let's put, nah. Let's just call it Nirvana's Den. You know, whatever. Alright, so we got our mission. We gotta go talk to Zafra, Windress, and Core for some missions. Now we get a little more freedom. We do have different facilities, staff rooms, the garage. We'll just go to the garage. K1's here. Once you get, oh, excuse me, scratch my eye. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so there's an overworld to this game too, not just a more bigger overworld, semi-open. So upgrading this car makes your speed in the overworld faster, which it can make a difference. There is a difference. We're broke as shit though, so we cannot afford that. But don't forget, and once you start doing overworld stuff, contracts, bounties, this does help a lot. And this is just some background into the lore. I'm not a lore demon. I don't go too ham on the game. I mean, the game's lore is solid from why I do pick them understand it. I'm just not the guy to break it down for people. I'm going to butcher it, and that will not do it justice. But basically, there was a giant zombie outbreak that got put under control, and we're here now. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game. We got some Eldritch horrors, we got some zombie shit, we got cyberpunk shit. It's just fantastic. Ah, here's one. Let's go ahead and get a mission from her. A job's a job. Especially with some of the perks this one's got. I am not political. Alright, so now we gotta speak to Zaphron Core. I could explain a little more staff upgrades. So since she talked about, we'll go ahead and do that now. Your stat upgrades come from upgrading your staff. It's all for the main attributes. I'm gonna put it up for you. Where is it? Ah, right here. So athletics, perception, charisma, and technology. Those are your main dice roll stats, we'll call them. There's no way to level those up traditionally. Like when you level up, you're not leveling those up. You have your own separate stats. Right here under parameters, you level up. But these ones, you never level them up except for upgrading your brothel and through certain story events. And when we go over the staff upgrades, I can give you a rough gist on which one upgrades which, if I can remember off the top of my head and not mislead you guys. right, go ahead and talk to Cora. And she just explained the other facilities we can build to generate revenue. So upgrading your staff upgrades your stat dice rolls. I'll call them. Upgrading your facilities increases the amount of passive income you generate, and also some other benefits. Especially when you get to level 3, you get each facility at level 3 gives you like a perk. Alright, so now I think we have to go see. Yeah, now we have to go see Diana. How much money we got? We got $3 grand. Okay, we can do 2 upgrades. I'll go show that out real quick because you are on the so all your upgrades are on a timer. Oh, there you go. Ooh. Go back. All right. So upgrade your facilities, staff here. Also rename, change the layout of your facilitator room. So give a new design. I don't really mess with cheats too much. There's your complete upgrades, and then you have your gallery here. I'm not gonna open that up because this will get me flagged on YouTube, and you guys never see this or in this video I'm making. But back on focus, upgrade facilities. If you click on each one of these, it'll tell you what it does. More importantly, it tells you how much money you're gonna generate. So this one costs 500, takes 1632 hours. So it gives us 75 extra salary, and we unlock tier 1 random items. My rule of thumb has always been upgrade the staff first, because they also give you a salary boost, but it gives you a stat boost as well. Now the question is, which one do we upgrade? So you have administrator, which is tech. Sanitation is perception. Perception is real good. Service is charisma. That's probably what I need the least because I freaking juiced out on charisma like a freaking idiot. And lastly, security officer is your athletics. Honestly, I need to take a look at my stat sheet one more time. I do apologize. I should remember all this top of my head, but it's been so long. We're gonna go for this is a bad stat spread out. It really is. I should have had at least 2 in athletics, 1 in perception, 2 in charisma, and 2 in technology. Get charisma, let me do. You actually could have, but yeah, I should have spread this out a little bit more. But I think we have a couple quests coming up in the future where we can get away with 1 athletics, but we'll definitely need 1 technology. I mean, if you really want to like min-max this without like having to like go through the hard routes in your playthrough, you really could just wait it out. Time moves just by standing still. You can literally cheese this, spend like 2 hours watching a movie, come back, have like 20k. It's really like that, but that's no fun. So alright, we're just gonna go ahead and get the athletics trainer. So we'll get that, start upgrading, and then we'll go ahead and pick a facility. Massage parlor is one that was added later on. If you have the money for this, I think it's $2 grand, and it generates like 150. But you get special little dialogue scenes once you unlock this with your party members who will come and give you a massage. So it's neat. Extra little interactions with them. and it does mean upgrade, which is music to our freaking ears. Oh, boy, I said $2,000. That's just 7,500. But you do get 400 salary. Boom. So we can't afford that right now. We'll get that later. So I'm gonna say no to that, and then look for something we can't afford, like strip club. All level 1 upgrades are 500. Level 2 upgrades are 2,000, I believe. Is it 2,000? Okay, it's been so long I played this. I think it's 2,000. I think level 3 upgrades are 5,000. And it varies depending on which. But we are going to build the strip club first. Just want to double check because I believe that gives us the most. Front. Everything else is 50 and 75. Yeah, we're gonna do a strip club first. Our highest passive income. Go ahead and get that built. Alright. And again, I know this is more like an informational video at this point, but if you want to change your menu screen, like when you open up the menu to change equipment on your character, and you have this nice background I have right here, you go into your gallery on your computer, find the image, and you unlock some of these images as you play through the game. Get special not safe for work scenes with your companions or NPCs you meet in the world, complete quests, and unlock. You cannot unlock all the gallery images. The creator never got around to adding them into it. I mean, he's a solo dev. Don't expect too much. The stuff we do got is great, so don't complain. But find some images you like on there, special scene, you make it your background. All right. So we're about to meet a very interesting character. I have to be careful how I play the scene because there's another character we meet right after talking to her, and I am gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna blur out her face for a spell as a point of time because it's gonna probably get me flagged and fucked up on YouTube. Ah, my bad, sorry. Alright, so we meet our girl Thasia. We don't have the note background, so we can't shake it. I think we have cultist background. I honestly forget. No, we don't even have cultist background. I don't know what background we have. All right. Actually, no. We already met that character earlier in the earlier video, I believe. My bad. I don't think I put that out either. Peace. Alright, now we're going to meet Graham Dom Luca, who is the mentor to our own Diana here. We're going to head out there now because honestly we can't do much else. What are the guild's ranks? How big is the guild? What is the guild dom? Are there men in the guild? What do the traditionalists believe in? Alright, finally, what do the progressives believe in? Hey, there goes our first chick. No, not really. In sake of seriousness, we're just gonna keep quiet. Oh. First, we're gonna take the skill check. How bad could it get? Which side are you on? Almost after. Sorry about that. Man, I accidentally skipped over that dialogue. Now we gotta do a detective murder mystery. Having 2 ranks in tech will help you here to your complete score. I mean, you could fail every one of these checks as in not have enough stats for them and still get by. I forget what you get for having everything. I think it's just like some trust addition. So basically your party members are more impressed by you and like you more, which is a whole nother mechanic in this game that we'll get into later. Let's go ahead and check out the body. Alright, level 1 perception check pass. Alright, so we know she took some Narcium before she died. Let's check the pistol. There's an urge to poke it with a stick. And this one you detect. Yeah, I don't have the tech to do it. It sucks. Why haven't you called the constables? What happened here? What does the Jew do? What was Nene like? Nina? Nina. Okay. This whole time I'm playing this game, I'm calling her Nene. I believe it's Nina. I'm not going to ask him if his jacket zips up. It does. He just chooses not to. I will. Got some meditation. Now we can recruit Hasuo. Alright, I believe we are fully done with all that. Yeah, because we can't really do anything else. We're going to fail all the other checks. Let's go ahead and head back. There are some secrets in the game, like hidden items to find some decent weapons and stuff. There's nothing there, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah. Alright, we're back at the guild hall. Next mission will be to report into the Grand Dame Luca at the guild hall. And we're gonna have a big meeting with the two factions and some sub factions. But before we close out this episode, I'll go ahead and add some context. So there's a lot that just happened right there. Brief gist of it is we are on the brink of a civil war between the traditionalists and the progressives in the guild hall. The traditionalists don't want men, they don't want regular sex workers, they want to keep their high class bourgeoisie ways and style to themselves, which I can understand. The progressives, on the other hand, want to be more free and be open to add more, basically everybody, and help build better connections. Every time I play this game, I've always aligned with the progressives because they just fit better with my own personal views. Though there's nothing wrong with the traditionalists. If you want to have a decent ending in this game, you will have to pick a side, and your reputation with these factions do matter and play a part into that. Which, when we open up those mechanics for contracts and things of the nature like that, then I will go deeper in depth on it. But for right now, I would just think about those two main factions on who you would side with. Aside from that, we went to go talk to the head of the traditionalists. She's been murdered in the opening sequence. Can't remember if I recorded it or not. We saw her get killed in that opening sequence, which started off everything. And now we're going to go report back to the guild hall and have this big meetup where all these factions are going to come together and talk about how we proceed with this. Mind you, this is still somewhat tutorial. The game has not fully opened up yet, so we're like, what, 3 hours in? And yeah, that's a good sign to me. It's always a great sign to me. But other than that, we can go ahead and alright, I guess I'll explain a little more about this. So as we were going through those dialogues, we saw some of our companions had leveled up their trust with us, got some more reputation you think of. The same with factions, your companions get trust levels and rank ups on like that. Each companion has a certain level to where they'll do further interactions with you. We'll call it interactions, which will be a certain level. Core is by far the easiest. I think level 4 is all you need to get to have her come and interact with you, on top of other things. And as you further progress, you'll be able to have relationships with these characters. And some of them are a little bit more open than others. Some want you all to just themselves, monogamy. So I will say each of the characters do have a nice little touch. You know, aside from the not safe for work aspect, they do have decent little stories to go further in depth about who they are. Even Hasiel over here. So be sure to check that out. You know, aside from just the outlook of the game, just judging a book from a cover by its cover, it's gonna turn a lot of people off. But I promise you, it is not as bad as it comes off as. It's actually a solid story. It's a great game. I had a lot of fun playing it. You know, even aside from the goon and stuff, it's still a good story. But I've been jibber jabbering, yammering all this time. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one off because we're like 40 minutes in, and the next segment is definitely going to take us at least 30 minutes once we get to that guild hall. Because there's gonna be a lot of story stuff going on, a lot of stuff's gonna be decisions having to be made, and we're gonna fully open up into the game. But like always, thank you everyone for coming out, checking out my video. I hope to see you guys in the next one, and peace out.